Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2024 Enshrinement Celebration of the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame. Please welcome the chairman of the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame, Vincent Cimini.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 Enshrinement Celebration of the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame. So happy to have you all with us tonight for this edition of One Foot in the Past and One Foot in the Future. Before we begin our ceremonies, I would ask you to please all stand and welcome, as we do every year, Warwick native and the popular anthem voice of the Boston Bruins, Mr. Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, who were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Todd. On behalf of the Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame, it is my great privilege to extend sincere congratulations to all of our honorees this evening on the 126th anniversary of organized hockey in Rhode Island. Thank you for the memories and the achievements that we all do our best to preserve and showcase for generations to come. While tonight's celebration is the highlight of our year, it is far from the only work the Hall is engaged in, as we remain constantly active chronicling and sharing the achievements and fascinating history of hockey in Rhode Island and our connections to the game. Perhaps the most eye-opening find this past year was the story of a Canadian musical prodigy, Calixto LaValle, who settled in Rhode Island just as the U.S. Civil War broke out in 1861. He immediately enlisted to fight with the Rhode Island 4th Infantry Regiment in Providence and was then wounded in Antietam, considered the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. He later wrote the song that Todd and others sing before every professional hockey game in North America. Yes, it's true, it's a fact. The Canadian national anthem, O Canada, was composed by a Civil War hero from Rhode Island. You can't make stuff up like that. One of our missions has always been to help grow the game of hockey in Rhode Island. Last January, after nearly 2 years of hard work, we held the very first Rhode Island High School All-Star Showcase at Providence College's Schneider Arena. The primary purpose of the televised games was to display the talents of the Interscholastic League's best boys and girls players to college coaches and recruiters. To say it was a success is an understatement. More than 20,000 unique viewers saw the games, in person on the 8 live platforms of NBC 10 or on YouTube. The back-to-back games, one for the girls and one for the boys, produced the most viewers Channel 10 has ever had for a single Rhode Island high school sports broadcast. This will now become an annual televised event, which next year will be held on February 2nd, the open Sunday between the NFL Divisional Championships and the Super Bowl. Everyone is invited. And thanks to the added generosity of Rhode Island Hockey and the Rhode Island Reds Heritage Society, proceeds of the showcase will help create a Hall of Fame scholarship program for college-bound hockey players. Each generation stands on the shoulders of the generation before them. At the same time, they are both the beneficiaries of the pioneers that preceded them and the inspiring foundation for the next generation. Last year, for the first time on the Hall of Fame stage, we honored today's generation of Rhode Island High School All-State boys and girls, with the hope that they too will inspire and may one day call themselves Hall of Famers. We'll be paying tribute to our high school All-Staters again this year, while also recognizing the achievements of the teams that captured prestigious national championships in Michigan and Wisconsin this year. All of this together with tonight's celebration and dinner could not be possible without the tireless efforts of our all-volunteer board of directors: Mal Goldenberg, Bob Lawrence, Bill O'Connor, Ray Morgan, Mark Diver, Mike Bailey, Sean McDonough, and Dave Fontaine, as well as our studious selection committee and an all-star team of talented writers, designers, photographers, and social media experts. Special thanks to my son, Craig Samini, and Stu Giannini, who are responsible for all of the beautiful graphics and magnificent video creations you'll be seeing this evening. Thank you all. We are truly grateful for the great work. And of course, where would we be without you, as well as our many program advertisers and tonight's major sponsors, the Chase family, the Moran family, Rhode Island Hockey, the Rhode Island Reds Heritage Society, the NHL, and the NHL Players Association. But wait, there's more, as they say. One more major objective ahead of us: the building of our own Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame Museum. It is a major undertaking, and it takes the raising of funds. This year, as we do every year, we ask that you kindly consider the incredible silent auction collectibles that we have for you this evening, and the donor cards, especially the donor cards in your place setting. Each year, we reciprocate for your donations with a quality gift. This year, we again created a plush Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame scarf for donors, here being displayed by our stage escorts. Back again this year, Maeve and Ava from the LaSalle Academy's girls hockey team. It's a different design than the one we ran out of at our inaugural event in 2018. Attendees asked for another one. They come with a guarantee to keep you warm and make a great gift. Our lady referees in the zebra stripes will be collecting your donor cards during the dinner break and handing out your gifts. Thank you in advance for your generosity. Finally, for all the celebrations and wins we've had each year, we also endure some heartbreaking losses. At this time, we ask you that you join us for a moment of silent prayer in fond memory of those pioneers and inspiring figures within our Rhode Island hockey community who sadly passed since our last enshrinement event. Thank you. It is now my great pleasure to turn over the podium to a legendary hockey voice familiar to all of us in New England and Rhode Island. A warm Rhode Island welcome, please, for our dear friend and again, our Hall of Fame Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Dale Arnold.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome back to the annual Rhode Island Hockey Family Reunion. I look around this room and I realize that everybody in this room probably knows everybody else in this room. And that's the way I like it. I swear to God, this is not a plug, but I just finished work on my fourth book, which will be out after the first of the year, and it's about hockey coaches. During the course of working on the book, I had the opportunity to speak with Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame inductee David Quinn. And I said to him, David, how the heck does a state the size of Rhode Island produce so many hockey legends and so many people at both the collegiate and National Hockey League level? And he said, Dale, there's probably not a state in the United States where hockey means more than it does in Rhode Island. And I look around this room, and about 150 more people than I looked at last year, and I realized David Quinn was right. Hockey means more here in Rhode Island than maybe any other state in the United States, and it's all because of you guys. As the chairman mentioned earlier, tonight is once again an intersection of generations. Rhode Island captured the first of our many national amateur titles back in 1948, but this year was the first time that the state of Rhode Island won 2 in a single season. We begin tonight's ceremonies by recognizing the extraordinary accomplishments of this year's 14 and under Rhode Island Saints boys national champions and the 16 and under Rhode Island Sting girls national champions. The Saints, who captured their first USA Hockey national title in Michigan in April, could not all be with us tonight. However, representing them is their star defenseman, Brody Berard. If the name sounds familiar, he's the nephew of Charter Rhode Island Hockey Hall of Fame inductee Brian Berard. Please welcome Brody to the stage along with associate head coach Stephen Bucco. Congratulations to you both and to Mount St. Charles and the Rhode Island Saints program from the Hall of Fame and Rhode Island's hockey community for a job very well done. We're also pleased to be joined this evening by many of the talented young ladies of the Rhode Island Sting, who this past April in Wisconsin captured USA Hockey's 16 and under title, the very first national championship ever won by a Rhode Island women's team, a monumental accomplishment for the young ladies, their coaches, and the Sting program. We are pleased to bring those who are with us here tonight to our Hall of Fame stage. Please welcome Margaret Baldwin, Maddie Bradley, Ashley Edmonds, Hayden Elias, Avery Francis, Bailey Kent, Lily Laughlin, Kaylin O'Connor, Kira O'Brien, Fallon Smith, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please, for the national champion, Rhode Island Sting. Congratulations to our national champions, and thank you all. Last year, we began a new Hall of Fame tradition of honoring our Rhode Island high school boys and girls all-state teams. Since the Providence Journal first began selecting the best players in our state during the infancy of the Rhode Island Interscholastic League more than a century ago, our all-staters have served as the building blocks upon whose shoulders each new generation of Rhode Island hockey players stand on and are inspired by. Tonight, the Hall of Fame is proud to present each honoree with a crystal Hall of Fame puck. This is what last year's looked like, engraved with their name, school, and year of all-state selection. Now in alphabetical order, we're pleased to introduce Rhode Island's 2024 All-State Girls Hockey Team. Please welcome from LaSalle Academy, her second selection as an All-Stater, junior forward Eliza Barker. Now from South Kingston High School, junior defender Eva Bouard. Next from Smithfield High, she too an All-Stater for the second time, junior forward Kira Goff. Please welcome from LaSalle Academy junior defender Julia LaForge. Next from Smithfield High, junior forward Kaylin O'Connor. And completing our girls' first team All-Staters from the Moses Brown School, junior goaltender Ava Porter. Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, a round of applause, please, for our 2024 Projo Girls All-State First Team. Thank you, ladies, and now for the boys. Please welcome from the Prout School, junior forward Aiden Forcier. Next, also from the Prout School, junior goaltender Angelo Evangelista. Please now welcome from Burrillville High School, senior defenseman Steve Rodriguez. Next is another Burrillville High School standout, junior defenseman Cameron Force. Unable to join us this evening are LaSalle Academy senior Paul Bogosian and Bishop Hendricken senior Griffin Crane, who's now setting up his dorm room at the University of Louisville. Ladies and gentlemen, please congratulate Rhode Island's 2024 boys All-State First Teamers. Thank you, and we wish all of our newest All-Staters continued success wherever their hockey journeys take them. As we are proud to boast each year, only Rhode Island can claim that we are the home of the recognized father of ice hockey in the United States, Malcolm Green Chase. Born in Central Falls in 1875, Malcolm was a world-class tennis player at Brown University who also excelled at ice polo, the ice skating game played here in New England before ice hockey. In the winter of 1894, Malcolm assembled a team of ice polo stars who barnstormed 7 major Canadian cities with exhibitions of ice polo while their hosts taught them the skills and rudiments of ice hockey. On their return to the States, the players formed ice hockey clubs at their respective schools: Brown, Yale, Harvard, Columbia, and Cornell. 126 years ago, on January 19, 1898, Brown defeated Harvard 6-0 in the first intercollegiate hockey game played in the United States. The rest is Rhode Island and USA hockey history. In his name each year, the Chase family and the Hall award the Malcolm Green Chase Memorial Trophy for lifetime achievement and contribution by a Rhode Islander to the game of ice hockey. This year, we honor a special couple, husband and wife, who championed Rhode Island youth hockey for nearly half a century. He is a coach, inspirational organizer, and generous financial supporter, and she is a determined advocate and proponent, successfully elevating Rhode Island to one of the major centers for youth hockey in the Northeast. This is the story of Jack and Joanne Kennedy.
Jack and Joanne Kennedy. The late John W. Kennedy Jr., Jack to his friends, and wife Joanne were major contributors to the development of youth hockey in Rhode Island for more than half a century. Jack was a standout at East Providence High School before his Hall of Fame hockey career at Norwich University, where he was a 3-time D3 All-East selection and served as team captain as a senior. In tribute to his outstanding play and later philanthropy, a bronze statue of John now proudly greets fans at the university's arena. After college, Jack served 2 years as a military officer, after which he continued to play on top amateur teams such as the Eastern Olympics with some of the top players of the era. Back in East Providence, he and Joanne began a legacy of volunteerism and generosity. John donated his time as a youth hockey coach, stressing fundamentals and having fun. He also served as a volunteer assistant at East Providence High, where they annually present the John W. Kennedy Jr. Award to the outstanding senior player. Jack served as president, of the East Providence Hockey Association, the Greater Providence Hockey Association, and the Rhode Island Amateur Hockey Association, each benefiting from his fundraising skills and personal financial support. Shortly after his passing in 1988, Joanne, who sadly passed last year, continued Jack's vision and philanthropy by continuing the tradition of the Fram International Hockey Tournament her husband championed when she organized the John W. Kennedy Jr. Memorial Hockey Tournament to honor her husband's legacy. Through 2018, the annual Kennedy Tournament, which also honored their late son John III, was the longest-running such tournament on the East Coast. It hosted hundreds of teams and thousands of players from all over North America, with games played in rinks throughout the region, including the Rhode Island Sports Center in North Smithfield, whose rink bears Jack's name. Proceeds from the tournament benefited the growth of the game in Rhode Island, with the Kennedy Foundation granting scholarships to individual players and donations to numerous high school, nonprofit, and special needs programs and local rinks each year. For this and all they did to grow this game we love in the best and most generous way, we honor Jack and Joanne with the Malcolm Green Chase Trophy for their lifetime of contribution to hockey in Rhode Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, here from her home in Seattle and accepting the Chase Trophy on behalf of her parents is Joanne and Jack's lovely daughter, Kristen Kennedy. Presenting her with the Chase Vase is Jack's former high school teammate, fellow coach, and lifetime family friend, John Pimental.
I'll be brief, but this is an amazing award, and I was so excited when Vince contacted me about this. When I was a kid, hockey meant Saturday nights watching my little brother, John, play hockey. And I didn't really want to do that because I wanted to talk on the phone with my friends and watch MTV. Besides, hockey meant watered-down hot chocolate and concession stand dinners of still cold in the middle frozen pizza. But it was also seeing my father coach from the boards. And if you knew him, he literally walked on the side of the boards, the edge of the box, in that knee-length muskrat coat that he was famous and somewhat infamous for. I remember him coaching, encouraging, yelling, a lot of yelling, showing up week after week, year after year. And because he did, hundreds of kids and their families showed up to learn how to play hockey and be part of a team. Some went on to be greats, some went on to be coaches, and some just still love the game. For my mom, the other moms and dads formed her community. And when my dad died, she wanted to remember him for all he gave to the game. She established their legacy by funding a rink in Smithfield and the youth hockey tournament in his name. When my mom died earlier this year, and when you lose people close to you, you can't help but think about time and how you spend it and what it means. Of all the things my parents could have spent their time and their money on, they chose to give generously, often quietly, to generations of players from Rhode Island. And this way, they continue showing up for the game and the kids who play. And thank you very much. This means a lot to us.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are already enjoying your dinners. As we get ready to enjoy our dinners, this is also looking to the future portion of our evening. While you're aware of all the Hall of Fame has already accomplished, we have a museum to build to showcase Rhode Island's pioneering and illustrious hockey history. In addition to our silent auction, for which bids will close at the end of dinner, you'll notice a pen and donation form at the place setting that you're sitting at. As Vin mentioned in his welcoming remarks, the Hall always reciprocates with a quality gift to thank you for your generosity. This year, we offer this beautiful Hall of Fame scarf. This is a brand new and different design than the one we offered at our inaugural enshrinement back in 2018, which sold out. So please help if you can. As an additional thank you for all donors and winning silent auction bidders, we have this beautiful poster version right there of our class of 2024 museum montage created for us by the NHL Players Association. This striking montage and those created for our previous classes by the NHLPA will one day be displayed in our future museum. Our volunteer lady referees will be collecting your donation cards and handing out your scarves during our dinner break. Please don't forget to make your final auction bids before our program resumes. Thank you in advance for your generosity. Please enjoy your dinner. We'll be back with our program in just a few minutes.